1. You must always stand guard all day and all night, meaning when you feel the state of day or feel the state of night, we say to the Creator, yours is the day and yours is also the night. Teach the night to meaning the darkness of night comes from the Creator to men's favor, as it is written, day to day utters speech, and night to night expresses knowledge. Follows that you must awaken the heart of the friends until the flame rises by itself. By that you'll be rewarded with awakening the love of the Creator. Us you must always stand guard all day and all night, meaning when you feel the state of day or feel the state of night, we say to the Creator, yours is the day and yours is also the night. Teach the night to meaning the darkness of night comes from the Creator to men's favor, it is written, day to day after speech, and night to night expresses knowledge. It follows that you must awaken the heart of the friends until the flame rises by itself. By you will be awarded with awakening the love of the Creator upon us, beautiful world. CLE, we stand before you with the most supreme of honors of being able to work for you, to serve the Creator. We sing a song called Why means beloved of God, beloved of the Creator. And as we go into this lesson, may we all remember that we, the CLE, is beloved of the Creator. He loved us so much that He clothed in front of the friends in your tea in this world. CLE, let us do what we need to do to be like Him. From the love of others we come to love of the Creator. Great friends, thank you for inspiring us beyond belief. Several of us are here in Israel for the first time, and it's only because of your love and care that we have the confidence to make this trip. Thank you for setting our hearts on fire, and we love you very deeply. Good morning, beloved friends. We read that we need to awaken the heart of the friends, and it sounds simple, but in practice, when you're trying to do it, it's not that simple to take care of this. We have a strong society, this society where we can awaken the heart of their friends. You can find it only here among you. We're all here as friends, and we have to enter into the Creator's heart and thank Him for the opportunity He gave us. Yes, the Creator brought us here. Going to start with an open heart, and there are some wonderful days ahead of us. The Creator wants to fill us with joy, with light, and it was truly a wonderful beginning to come here directly into the arms of the friends. We're very happy that we were invited here to take part in everything that is happening here in the best possible environment there is in the world, where we can work with the Creator day and night, and we want to take upon ourselves to accept this work. We want to support the friends in every state, so that this time when we will be together will be purposeful and directed, and we will use it correctly in order to reach Lishma together. So look, we'll read the first. Number 2. If there are a few people in the collective who can reach the goal of adhesion with the Creator, and this will bring the Creator more contentment than if He Himself were rewarded with nearing the Creator. He excludes Himself, instead He wishes for the Creator to help them, because this will bring more contentment above than from His own work. For this reason He prays for the collective, and the Creator will help the entire collective and will give them that feeling that they receive satisfaction from being able to bestow upon the Creator, to bring Him contentment. If there are a few people in the collective who can reach the goal of with the Creator, and this will bring the Creator more contentment than if He Himself were rewarded with nearing the Creator. He excludes Himself, instead He wishes for the Creator to help them, because this will bring more contentment above than from His own work. For this reason He prays for the CV. The Creator will help the entire collective and will give them that feeling that they receive satisfaction from being able to bestow upon the Creator, to bring Him condemned. Let do an active workshop. How can we bestow upon the Creator in the Congress? How can we bestow upon the Creator in the Congress? How can bestow upon the Creator in the Congress? To bestow upon the Creator actually means to give Him contentment, and we give Him contentment by command always wanting the benefit of a friend by, wanting to pray for them by, remembering that he's the first and he's the last, deposited in us and before us this holy society, serve it to grow it to give it importance, set an example to participate with heart and soul as much as possible. Here before the Congress when you see the world gathering here, I guess these are his beloved, as a friend said, the Creator's beloved. Let's serve the Creator beloved. Nothing will make him happier than feel like when we come into EE for a silent workshop. Am I ready for the Congress? Silent workshop. Am I ready for the Congress? Shom reading selected excerpts from the sources on the topic of opening the heart in the Congress as preparation for the War Kabbalah convention taking place in 2 days. We're going to start from Exod number 4, and before that a few important announcements. Please pay attention. Anyone listen to translation is asked to put in both earbuds in your ear and keep the volume down so it's not to disturb your surroundings before entering and exiting the hall. Please look at the screens and ensure you're not interfering with the camera's frame, and keep your phone on silent. About questions, if you want to ask a question, please raise your hand so the offers can see you, and keep your hand up until Ra is giving you the right speak. Please ask shortly and on the lessons topic out of responsibility for thousands of participants. So again, selected excerpts from the sources on the topic of preparation for opening the heart in the Congress as preparation for the World Kabbalah Convention taking place 2 days from now. We're going to start from excerpt number 4. You can find a study material on Kabbalah GR info and in the AR system, and you can also send questions live through those websites. Except number 4, you must always stand guard all day and all night. When you feel a state of day or you feel a state of night, we say to the Creator, yours is the day and yours is also the night, thus the night too. The dark of the night comes from the Creator to men's favor, too, as it is written, day to day utters speech, and night to night expresses knowledge. It follows that you must awaken the heart of the friends until the flame rises by itself, as our S just said about it. By that he will be rewarded with awakening the love of the Creator upon us. We'll read it again. You must always stand guard all day and all night. When you feel state of day or feel a state of night, we say to the Creator, yours is the day and yours is also the night, thus the night too. The darkness of the night comes from the Creator to men's favor, too, as it is written, day to day others speech, and night to night expresses knowledge. It follows that you must awaken the heart of the friends until the flame rises by itself, as our sages said about it. By that you will be rewarded with awakening the love of the Creator upon us. This means that we need to count our states that are called day and our states that are called night. Both these and those, we should join them to our goal, and in this way we will work and accumulate everything we need during the Congress in order to reach our goal, that through adhesion between us we will discover the Creator who exists in our adhesion with each other, all of us together, and thus we will succeed in the Congress. Okay, yes, D. Right, that we should always stand guard day and night regardless of the state you're going through. You have to act. How specifically in the states of night when it's dark for a person? How can he then awaken the heart of the friends? Certainly, it's not the same as the day. During the day, when he's full of force and alert, he can vividly imagine to himself the stat that is going through. But nevertheless, we must try in all the states that we go through to accumulate from them states of day and states of night, and join them, these and those together, because you can't have one without the other, and in this way we reach a state where we will reach the day which is all good. All in all, we reach a state which is all day. Yes, assume day and night are definitions a person keeps defining differently each time. Yes, so what are day and night? For a Kabbalist, day is when it shines to him in the relations between him and others, and from that in the relations between him and the Creator so that everything is in light, in the light of the Torah, and so he turns out that he is in a day very sim, night is it. Different in the night, when the night comes to us from above, we learn how we can be, how can we behave in a way that our thoughts, our desires, our actions will be only in order to subjugate ourselves towards the lack of light and bring ourselves to connection, so that we will also be able to reveal the deficiencies that we still have. So you learn much more from the night than from the day. It's not that. It's more, I can't say that it's both this and that. We need the both of them to combine him in order to have one day, which is what one day is, when darkness shines as light, and in all the states that we're going through we will have only attainment and attention, meaning there are two levels. There's day and night that pass over a person, and one day which is above everything. Yes, you can say that. Thank you. He's saying that we need to awaken each other all the time until the flame rise by itself. What is the state that the flame rises by itself? That we want to help and connect in the attainment, Ophion, and godliness so much so that it opens up for us the entire relation of the Creator towards us. That's it, and we advance in such a way. So there's something I may not understand properly. If the flame rises by itself and we have our collective desire, why do we have to awaken this constantly? Because we have to add to it our own deficiencies, so that only according to our request, our demand, our prayer, our deficiencies, we can discover inside of this deficiency we away you can inside of it we can discover a true connection with the Creator. Meaning is awakening us constantly through the darkness. Yes, so how do we come to a state where we truly bless over the darkness as we do over the light? Because we need to attain both in the darkness and in the light the Creator's relation to us, and what exactly is it that he wants from us, and that we all get closer to everyone until we reach a gathering. So this upcoming gathering, we should see it, as we discussed lately, as an special awakening that the Creator has given us. Yes, how can a person stand guard both during the day and during the night? What does that mean to stand guard that during the day and also during the night, in states that appear to us wide open like the day or shut like the night? We nevertheless join all of these states to each other until in all of them together we reveal our connection with the Creator, and this is what we earn free. Yeah, okay. Yes, good morning, or how do we help the 10 unite the night and the day? This is what we need to learn to connect between us and the 10 in our desires, in our thoughts, in our expectations, so that we will all unite in them together and become as one men in one heart, and then we will attain a special quality that exists in the connection of the day and the night, so that they all reach being as one day. That's it. So when he says stand guard, does he mean stand guard for the 10 rather than ourselves? Yes, that we need to be in our connection and think about the whole T, so that no one disappears or falls, and it's only the entire 10, and the 10 can be a few thousand people that we're all here or a part of them also. Thank you, Ralph. Can in the end for it says one needs to stand guard all day and all night. The question is about the day. What should we stand guard during the day? What should we pay attention to? I didn't hear. What should we stand guard during the day? Yes. What should we pay attention to during the day? It says you have to stand guard all day and all night. All night. She's asking about the day. What does it mean to stand guard during the day? What do we have to stand guard on during the daytime? During the days, what she feels, what a person feels in general when he has connection, a wide open connection with the Creator. Everything is revealed out of knowledge, out of the person's inclination to get closer to the Creator. This is the work of the day, and the work of the night is different. It's when the Creator is hidden. It's difficult to attain him. It's to discover him, to feel him, to turn to him, and therefore it's a different kind of work. The work of the night, so both during the day as well as During the night, it doesn't matter what conditions we're in. We need to wind towards the same upper force and try to connect to it all of our hearts, our desires, our actions, our thoughts, our prayers, everything that we have, so that we all of us connect together between us and a draw to the center of our connection, the Creator. That's it. Get yes ma'am. Friend from Moscow is asking, what does it mean to light the fire? And how can we draw the love of the Creator to the group using that? We light up candles, we have meals, and all kinds of connection games in order to awaken ourselves towards nearing between us. What this is the operation through coming closer in our thoughts, our desires, our hearts. We are all drawn to the Creator, to the upper force. We feel Him more in the inclination towards Him. We bring Him closer to us, and in such a way we will reach a state where the Creator is revealed within us. He will dwell within us. This is actually the purpose of our actions. We need to connect ourselves so much so that we will begin to discover that He exists in the connection between us. Okay, there's another hand in the back. The light relative to a friend is read, is a connection, but if I dove deeper I feel darkness, and when I try to connect to open up my heart, I feel that the connection itself is what drawing the light, so I can understand how to work with one. Friends, we go through a long emotional process now in the Congress, where I have many friends before me, and generally speaking it's easy for me, feels pleasant. So do I need to delve deeper in order to feel the more general deficiency? Now during the Congress, thousands of people come here and together with us. Also all over the world, thousands of hearers are connected to us, and so there's a different atmosphere here, where many desires connect at the same time in order to feel together here together and carry out something together, and so this work brings us closer. This is why during the Congress we begin to feel differently. All of these you versus the articles that we learned over time, but during such gathering feel it in a way that is more conspicuous, more internal. So we need to pay attention how much during the Congress I can think I can enter into the friends and be together with them, so that I forget about myself and I'm with them to such an extent that doesn't matter to me who I'm, where I am, what will be, what will happen to me, so long as I belong to that big group that is now governed before me. It, please, is the indicator for it, love, or nevertheless the flame in the heart, the indicator of what of bestow of giving of love and connection with the Creator. The indicator is the connection with the Creator. To call it love to begin with, that is not yet precise, but not too many such efforts we will begin to feel in that we will get if we earn correctly for connection. How will our connection look like then? And gradually in such a way we will begin to connect ourselves with fathers, establish ourselves towards others in the form of a mutual complementation of one supporting the other, etc. That is such a desire will emerge, that will bind us, and we will receive an answer from it about who we are, what is it that we're attaining. No. Yes, Ral, you spoke about disappearing in the friends, but as of right now that feels repulsive to our ego. So how do we come to exalt, bestow as we see it now without the Creator revealing His greatness? You can awaken that as well already, because you're already in this process, and everything depends on the intention. How much do you think that through connection with the friends you can reach a single vessel that we're all included in? According to that you will discover in that vessel a common desire, and this is how. Actually, this is simply our work until we discover in our connection the state of the end of correction. Is this the nature of faith above reason? Human, that too. Thank you, that too. Yes, please. Hello. Happens if the state of day is only the feeling of the desire to receive from myself. What do we do in order to not fall in that state? Always be connected with the Friends, not to disconnect from them all the time, to develop feelings towards them more and more. To be in actions together with them, neutral actions, you might say this way. We reach nearing in our brain and in our heart, one to the other and the other to the first, and then we can check what do we achieve inside of this mutual connection between us and I. Does this connection pull us forward? Does it show us a more spiritual state each time? And this is how we advance. Yes, we're entering a congress whose topic is Lishma. What kind of yearning do we need to enter the congress? With only connection in our brain, connection in the heart, connection in actions of this world, only connection. And we need to get to know ourselves more and more, how much all of the actions of connection will be as one action, so that we will be connected between us as one man in one heart, with one intention, with one quest and words, one goal. He's asking, is there a particular degree we need to reach as we enter the Congress? I don't think we should now speak about the degree, what degree we're in now, what degree we will be at the end of the day, or tomorrow, or at the end of the Congress. This will come and we will feel it, and we will be able to compare one with the other, and then we will talk about it, because our whole calculation is only about how do we relate, what is our form of relation to all kinds of different states that we go through. These are better states, these are not so good states, but in truth it will come. This is not what is most important. Dark day, those individual states person is going relative to the society or general states between us both. How do we use the general force that exists, this collective force, in order to traverse those states between us? Meaning, one might feel he's in a state of night, one state of day, and this mutual sharing, how can that strengthen our mutual connection, that we all understand the goal, which is adhesion between us, and we want to achieve this adhesion in actuality, meaning in feeling, and then from the attainment of this mutual feeling, the mutual connection between us, we will be able to classify this, to share this attainment between all of us, so that each one will feel it in a way that it is connected to everyone. Can that state now a friend may experience state of darkness? How can we use that collective force to specifically increase the connection, grow the mutual connection, because there's an opportunity for each and every friend to extract the maximum through everyone. So how do we use it in every opportunity we have, day, night, in order to increase that connection? He just mentioned you need to do exercises together so that each one appears before the others, and he shows them an example of how he relates to this gathering, and according to that he will also be able to enjoy what shines in such a gathering. In the end, the lady for heard many times that you have to be involved in the needs of the friends and feel them, and it's important to reach it. But now I feel a trepidation, something I didn't feel before. What to do with this anxiety so I can actually benefit the friends? That it's good when we feel such anxiety, not to the point where it blocks everything for us and it doesn't allow us to move, but nevertheless in the healing of wholeness. In each and every state there is also some percentage of anxiety, and so we will develop together. We will connect and open ourselves more. We still have some time before the Congress, and in such a way we will establish ourselves correctly. I think that's how it's going to be. I heard you say before you gave us an advice to pull the Creator to the center of our connection in the Congress. What is this action of pulling, drawing the Creator to the center of our connection? When we connect, connection is constructing a round circular shape out of us, and we then want to pull to attract toward us. If there's such a form, we want to attract toward that form a certain group, a person, certain activities, actions, and that's what we need to try and do truly create this state in the Congress of drawing the Creator. What action should we focus on? We'll talk about it. Many actions but generally speaking those are the actions of connection, but connection is revealed to us in many ways, hence we'll talk about it. We collect, assemble them, awaken them in us. Set examples for each other from different groups, different people until we reach a state where all of us understand what we're talking about and all of us feel what we get in the end as a result of our efforts and will advance. Accordingly, when a person sees the greatness of their friends, they are yearning towards godliness and opposite that his own nothingness, what to do to pray. There's nothing more to do. Pray, be grateful, give thanks that the Creator is showing him his state, and advance. Accordingly, we can feel that as we get closer to the Congress, the more you are making things precise for us here, calibrating us. Every sentence you say becomes a very clear directive of what we need to do right now. How can we be more sensitive truly to what is required of us to do the specific work of the heart that is required of us in the next moment? I think that what's required of us in an L is connection. There's nothing more. Certainly, you can add many other similar words, but connection, that's we, yes, but in this connection there are a million discernments, and that's what I meant without talking about a million discernments, but really one discernment. What is the difference between that we aim for and all the other states? This means that we shouldn't search deeper and deeper in their lawyer there. Okay, that's clear. Another question, what to do with all kinds of obstructions, all kinds of thoughts that come to a person precisely before the Congress, and I hear it from other friends also, many obstructions, many thoughts that a person has that actually deflect him where he feels maybe he's not worthy in relation to the path, in relation to life, many things. What do we do with it? Why does it come right now? It comes so a person would concentrate himself even more in order to not leave the thoughts there, intentions that he needs to have. That's my recommendation. Don't be afraid, rather certainly all the disturbances, all the obstacles are on the way to the goal, and sorry, when the Creator tells a person, he shows the person that he's not worthy of this path. What does he do about it? How can that be? Such thoughts that appear in the person's brain. I don't think that a person can tell himself that's what the Creator brings him. The Creator is showing him that those and those qualities that are found inside a person, and for the time being a person cannot be in a good spiritual state with those qualities for the time being, good pure state in bestow, but it doesn't mean that person in general is unqualified, unworthy. They're not such. Think clearly, it's related, but not to higher things, but you know things around the person. I didn't get it. When a person feels that it's not that he's not worthy, but just like everyone, obviously the Creator is taking care of everyone, but there are those who are more. There are those that he will take care of them and lead them, and you know maybe later in some other life yet. So how to grow stronger in such states? How do we answer ourselves? Answer himself that there is a time for assent and a time for the sense, and these times come changes between them, and therefore it's not for person, it's not for a person to decide to determine what he thinks about these states that come to him from above. Rather, he needs to focus on what he needs to do, on the answer he needs to give from below in return for each state. That's the main thing. Good morning, bro. Good morning, friends. As we get closer to the Congress, we feel that the heart is an unachievable concept. The heart is a stone, and the only love he can think of is he loves fish. What do you do with it, with that feeling? Yes, so besides myself, I don't love anyone. What we say, what we call love for fish. Tell me, is there anyone here who has love of others? According to Kabbalah, in my eyes, I should see everyone is corrected. We came here uncorrected in order to correct ourselves. Certainly each one of us is a small egoist. It doesn't even know how small he is. There's nothing to do, only patience is special kind of work the creator that the creator is running, managing, and he divides it between each and everyone and between all of us, together both men and women, each and everyone on to himself should understand that if the creator is pulling him into such an assembly we are in today, then indeed a person is worthy of a spiritual assent and of a spiritual scrutiny. And these preparations are already taking place in his soul, and I am certain that during this Congress we feel just how much we begin to discern in each and every one these discernments toward direction, connections, everything see right for us. Yes, ma'am, then you very much we know that the greatest pleasure comes from spirituality. The desire to come to the Congress and enjoy this Congress was so powerful, along with that there is very big hope that here in this Congress through our hearts we will also give birth to a point in the heart in other people. And I also see, and I constantly think so, am I egoistic or am I allistic? Do I want to enjoy, or nevertheless maybe I'm a little bit altruistic? You've got it, and you came here in order to scrutinize this point, your altruistic root, and to grow it, to highlight it, and to rise, to climb together with it, and that's how it shall be. We'll hear it from you. Everything depends on the relations between us, on the system of relations between us, and even if one of us is far away, it influences the entire. See, how can we overcome this state so that we don't fail? One not clear, my friend says. If everything depends on the relations between us, on the mutual connection between all the friends, even if one of us is far away, it may fail all of us. It's like a kind of a root of mutual responsibility. How do we overcome this state? How do we create a state where we all advance correctly? We are together in a very special Congress. There's never been such an assembly as we have now, in as well be we connect to the need to scrutinize each and everyone's vessels in the states, in states, different states, difficult states, just as we have found out lately, really over the last 2-3 months. We found out how our development is confusing and it doesn't pull us forward. That is why the Congress comes in the right point in time in our development timeline, in order to give us the possibility to see to what extent we can correct ourselves and continue directly, clearly, strongly toward this correction. On the other hand, you see that we have gone through many states. We were not novices yet. We can be proud. The first part, we can say the first part of the wisdom of Kabbalah has been absorbed in us to some extent. What more questions? No. In one of your books, in what we call the Black Series, you talked about the appearance of the as follows. Now here, when we have all gathered here together, there's a feeling that is here between us. This is the most holy place. How can all of us discover it? How can we reach the first feeling of the appearance of the sh? All of us together. You wish to jump from the very first point on our path to the very last point, and it's practically impossible, but you should ask for it, and we should think about it. Ask, pray for it. I think we'll succeed. No, thank you are not to miss out on the opportunity that the Creator is giving us here and now in this special Congress. We talked about it. Yeah, I. Am I speaking Russian or Hebrew? Whatever is better for you, it's better. What's your question? How to appreciate every moment. I need to think about it in advance before going to the gathering with the friends. There we will connect in the hearts. In the connection of the hearts, I'll be able to find my place. It wouldn't be an egoistic desire, rather a desire that will advance everyone. That's how we should act. For is asking if there are such states that where the Creator is sending me such sensations and thoughts. When I become paralyzed, I can't move towards the friends. The 10, he sends me such thoughts, and I don't know what to do. It's like a state where you're completely paralyzed, and you can't move. Many times you told Near that he needs to throw himself into the society, but he's truly in states of paralysis when he cannot move, and the question is it just he's in the is he making up that state? If he's not making it up, what do you do in such states? It'll work out. Everything will eventually connect to all the other states, and in general it will build our path. Okay, yes man, no can. There's a feeling that in this atmosphere we're more mature and also more cerebral than rather than sensitive. How can we let go of our brain and let our sensitive heart flow more, have a better balance between our intellect and a feeling of the heart? That's the wisdom of the heart and the wisdom of the brain, and we need to combine them. This will come later. For the time being, let it be separate, but it should be clear that I'm opening the state before me using my brain or using my heart. Thank you, teacher. What can help us in the prayer to transform a part of myself? It depends on the extent to which the prayer will come out of my own heart. How will we then receive this spirit of life from the prayer? And that's how you will receive it. No can. Good morning, dear RF. How do we yearn for the connection correctly? To yearn for connection correctly, I think that when I'm forgetting about myself and I only wish to be a connector between thoughts, desires and actions of the friends, that is the meaning of participating in connection the right way. I'm very excited. I want to tell you, give thanks before the trip. On the very last night I finished a translation of Shamar of the book of Shamari. You know how many things I asked about these translations. You might say I engaged in it for 25 years. I engaged in it till the computers broke down. I started anew, then I discovered that there was some existing translation. I started to compare it with my work. I started to check it. I get the impression that it cannot be translated to any language. You maybe make some impression, some initial impression of what it says there. Is that how it is? Yes, this will be very, very excited. Like they said to you, you feel yourself so small, so lowly that you can't even give these gift. But on the other hand, if I was given the possibility to do it, at least I need to do something. Allow me, I would like to give it to you. I made your books, your first books, with such wrapping, and I like to give it to you now. Thank you, princess. I gladly accept, and I will keep it in my cabinet in the worthiest of places. Okay, I can bring it to you. And if I can also ask questions about Shar action, we after the lesson cab goes and writes down the impressions, the discernments he received. Is this a tradition in our school, or did only Rabash operate in this way? Typically that was a tradition. It depends on a person's attitude. There are those who can write anything, some teachers who can't write anything, rather their oral teachings, but that's what they live on that, and that's what they send out. That's what they disseminate into space. And there are those who are the opposite. It's very difficult to say articles like in the book of. It's a very special form. These articles have, I think, that we are bringing humanity closer to a state where it will be able to see the value of this book. Inder, when you translate, you start to realize that there's such depth. To what extent? I mean, many times you recommended for us to write down after the lesson. How much does that help us in spirituality, to write down the impressions we received in the lesson? This way Resh did it as well. So many Kabbalists had such books of Shar and of things that they heard in the lessons. Yes, and in your notebooks, the ones you wrote down, you also had such things. In principle, there is such a style. Thank you very much. Yeah, very grateful for the work you've done. It's a result of many years. I would have very much liked to also translate the preface with the explanation you gave in the green book. I don't know. Maybe we'll sing a song let us in the shadow, searching the Sid to break free BS chain of the mind beneath the surface. Deep in the heart there's a melody to guide us all. Broken pieces piercing the skin, chasing voices lost in the wind, through the fire starting to rise to a world that's waiting in your eyes. Drops of unity to a place above them, and every in harmony they're one heart we going to sing. Together as one heart we're going to sing together. There's a heartbeat breaking through, there's a dance, and we're learning the moves. One desire is starting to rise. The world is waiting in your eyes. The drops of unity to a place above them. Many every in harmony. Harder one heart we go to sing together. We're going to sing together. Drops are unity to a place above them. Every note in harmony. They're one heart we're going to sing. Heart we're going to sing together. For heart to sing together. Now we will summarize the lesson in the friends. We will now do a summary of the lesson in the tens. Go ahead. The heart is filled with gratitude. We started yesterday afternoon. We started when we had the lesson up. Here now lesson today. The impression from the lesson today are the hearts of warms begins to melt among the friends, and to just give yourself up to what is happening. It's a great privilege that we have something small from the many points in the lesson. Each one should understand if the Creator is already pulling him to such a gathering like we have today, and a person is probably worthy of spiritual ascent and spiritual scrutiny. I just thought about it in the lesson that we think like what we're supposed to already be above the ego in a way that we can already cope with such things, and Rob tells us we're all egoists. We come to this study and we're in a process of correction, and I think he said if the Creator already pulled you to this gathering, you have the preparation required. What else we had in the lesson. It's really moving also to hear that we have friends who are dedicating decades in translating material, something for the next generation, and are also said something very special, that all the disturbances, the ups and downs, and all that you have to only focus on the state we get from above and how we respond from below. Yet we have to begin with gratitude for being rewarded with hearing being incorporated, that in this summary we have a chance to implement everything we heard. We read about day and night days when the Creator shines in the relationships with the friends that you have an open line with Him, and the night is when I feel lack of light and I have to submit myself before the situation, and I need both in order to come to a state where we have one day, where day and night shines. So in all the states we have Artesian attainment. In all the difficult states we heard about obstacles, disturbances, we shouldn't be afraid of it. They're all on the way to the go in. Our Congress is special with a gathering like there's never been before. We should be proud that we've been through the first part in absorbing the wisdom of Kabbalah. So what an honor, and let's give each other strength. Okay, he said it all. It's actually it's an example how each one absorbs the lesson, and day and night their combination is such a work that we can and should always renew on the day. Like Rob emphasized, we see the friends and the Creator in the light of day, and at night we learn to search for new deficiencies and work with them to advance. We have a need for both until everything becomes one day soon in this Congress. Our men stunning lesson, very deep, profound. You can feel how the friends through their incorporation, through their questions, they add so much. I really like this flame that we create through the connection between us that seemingly rises by itself. So they asked, so then what said into this flame you have to add more and more deficiencies so it grows, and precisely in that we can find our real connection with the Creator. Said that now during the convention, when thousands of people come and together around the world people are with us, there's a different atmosphere that many desires are connecting to feel together, here together, do something together, and therefore this work brings us closer, and that's why during the convention we start feeling differently. All of the quotes and articles we've learned throughout the time, but during such a gathering we feel each other in a deeper way, and so we have to pay attention to how can I think during the convention of entering the friend, bringing with him so that I forget about myself and I'm together with the friend, to the point that I don't care who I am, where I am, what will be with me as long as I belong to this great group that comes together in front of me. That's it. I'm under the impression that while I wrote many things, but he constantly says all the intention with all our might, with all our prayers. I really felt that our work at the Congress is to take everything we have and go all in with our hands and head and legs and bodies into the Congress, and that's the reason probably why feels that it's a gathering like we've never had, and you feel this great necessity coming from love, and we should adhere only to that and let it wash over us and envelop us and give us strength to go in all out. Yes, we should bless this moment, the moment where we can really feel how the light works in our hearts, softens them, and just spirit of the upper world, that's what's going on here, and there's no explanation except that you see friends coming on the outside. You see how everyone is gathering, and this influences the heart, enters the heart. Shalom, hello dear friends. I think there's no happier moment, and when a person can expect this being seated with all the parts of his soul together that awaken him, delight him, and he feels this is the greatest happiness that he could have hoped. For this is our occasion. Today, now at the preparation for the Congress, we will continue with this opening of the heart to the friends, inviting the Creator in words to do the work he needs to do, so we will really feel the wisdom of the heart. So say so, everything will go into our hearts. Yes, we're very inspired by all the friends who are coming here, going through all kinds of difficulties to do this. It's very powerful, and we feel how much he gives himself, all that he can to us, so that we will advance. He really wants that, and we want it, and we have to unite and ask the Creator to give this to us, and he will if we ask together as we want to do. Let's begin, Benny. So we're going to read an exit from Rash, exit number 5. We must always awaken the thing that is forgotten from the heart, which is what is required in order to correct the heart, which is love of friends. Purpose is to come to love of others. This is unpleasant to the heart, which is called self love. Therefore, when there is a gathering of friends, you must remember to put on the table the question, meaning each one should ask himself, how much have we already advanced in love of others, and how many actions have we taken in order to bring us advancement in this matter. So, friends, let's discuss now. This question asks us to put on the table. Let's ask ourselves how ready we are, and how much do we understand that everything depends on our common heart. How ready we are, and understanding to demand that everything depends on our common heart. Active workshop, go ahead. How much are we ready? How much do we understand that everything depends on our common heart? Let's be in this workshop together, so that through the hours will come to the connection between us, as we turn this workshop into a prayer and ask that the Creator will answer us. We know he's near, that he wants to help, and he advances us to prepare this common heart. Otherwise he wouldn't give us chance to be here now, but he brought us to the Congress and put us here together, so he will help us open our hearts and get an answer. Yes, we can always say that we don't officially understand. Ready on the other hand, we can't wait. It will never be enough. If it was enough, we would have nothing to aspire to. Now is the time to really make a leap and bridge this gap of what's not enough. Right? Tell us the truth. They even say something false. That's also good. Just help us rise. Let's ask ourselves how ready we are. I don't know how much we should ask ourselves. If we are ready, we need to depict the state of the common heart more and more. I have no idea how it feels, what it looks like. I have no access to it, but what I do have is my friends in the 10. We've been through enough together, so I have some contact, some touch with this body called 10. I can. How? Perhaps it dresses on the friends in this hall, on all the friends in the world, and I can imagine a system that is entirely in complete balance and depends on the innermost tiniest movement of each friend toward the goal. The movement that each one does in his heart when he reads an excerpt or listens to the lesson again, gets some inspiration. Something jumps in his heart. Any nearing of a tenth of a millimeter brings the whole world CLE closer. All our friends and the whole world closer to the go I can. Imagine, and if we exalt the importance of how dependent we are on each other. For our lives are spiritual lives, and that importance will grow, and the flame will live in us more and more. And more how ready we are not asked. How are we have to do the action. I'm echoing in me what Goethe said yesterday, that all his life he thought, the Creator is the one who works, and I got mad at the friends who said we will do this and that, and today he realizes, and I believe him, that we have to do what's needed and to really ask ourselves. Because the actual question advances us to this readiness. Also talked about it today. What Oren asked Rob told him forget about all these emotional games, that how I take it worthy or not worthy, it's all egoistic games you were put here. Do what you can, you have a 10. We need to come to this common heart to feel advancement depends on this common heart. Our intention depends on this common heart. At the end of the lesson said that we have to come to connection without a million discernments in the connection. Just connection. If we don't have a common heart, if we don't have connection or desire for a common heart, we won't have connection. That's some work, not simple. Let's ask the Creator to connect our hearts. What's happening here? That's our common heart, the expression of our common heart, of this great desire that is gathered here, all the friends. And we have to ask with all our strength, and first of all, to devote ourselves to this and ask the Creator to give the fulfill that this inclination to love and bestow that each of the friend has, that this thing will break through all the barriers, that it will be the property of the public, and it's felt that this common force that exists here from all the friends that came together, it's felt the expression of this gathering is the expression of the common heart. What we all feel within, we have to really hold onto the Creator, ask him to fulfill it, and that we will be able to give this light to anyone who needs it. I heard say that we went through many preparations and we are ready, and if we whether we feel that we are ready or not is irrelevant. What's important is that we were brought here and we have the ability to take part, to do what we need to do, and at least for this we understand that we have all the opportunities. We can get up in the morning and make this effort to connect, participate, to try to extol the friends and the goal and the Creator, and the gap between what I feel and where I should be. He's a field that we can bless, bring the Creator into it, the friends. It's a blessing, and even before a congress, even better, we have this tailwind. Like we said, with tailwind you make much less efforts. It's a gift from above, but we shouldn't relax and just line our backs. And yes, dear friends, so we just had a workshop about what Rush told us. We must always awaken what the forgets, and that is what's needed to correct the heart, which is love of friends, whose purpose is to achieve love of others. This is not a pleasant thing for the heart, which is called self-love. Hence, when there's a gathering of friends, we must remember to bring up the question, meaning everyone should ask himself, how much have we advanced in love of others, and how much we have done to promote us in that matter. Yesterday's lesson, there was a very powerful lesson at noon. Rar said this means that that there always has to be a question that everyone asks himself, how ready am I for the convention, and accordingly demand from our lessons, our meals, from our discussions, to feel how everyone understands that being in one heart is a necessary condition for our success in the convention. Only through the common heart we can all succeed. You just had a workshop and discussed among you. If there are questions, we can answer them together, so please raise questions, and Benny, we will move to the next part, the next item. Yes, so we are continuing in opening question. We are in exert number. Student, what does it mean to be ready for the opening of the heart? Love. Being ready to open the heart means that he wants to feel in his heart how much the friends who have now arrived for the congress are ready, wanting, yearning to achieve connection, until in this connection all the wisdom of the heart will enter them. and they will feel that the Congress is coming in order to fill up the heart of each and every one student with what? By everyone wanting to feel connected in their hearts, and as a result the heart of everyone will be one big and confident heart, and then in that heart all the wisdom of the Torah will enter. Yesterday are added to it. You have to make exercises in a way that everyone appears before the others and shows them an example of how he relates to this gathering, and accordingly also benefit from the light of this gathering. This is excerpt number 3 if you can display it. So again you have to do exercises together where each one appears before the others and shows them an example of how he relates to this gathering, and accordingly you could enjoy what shines in the gathering. Right friends, so now let's talk about how we set an example to the friend of opening the heart. How do we set an example of opening the heart to the friend? Please, workshop question. It's not that I have an answer, because we'll get the answer out of hearing each other in this workshop and connecting to every friend. That will speak as much as we can, but I think that when I come to open my heart to the friend, give him an example and come to some connection with him, I always have to take the Creator with me so that he'll help me, and there'll be some positive influence on the friend. Simplest, most difficult question: how to open the heart. Try to explain in intellectually how you do something with the heart. Where's the button you press and you feel that you can open? Can you open your heart by command? On the other hand, we have to. When I don't succeed, I can always ask the Creator to pray. Well, basically it's to ask myself. He always helps. We can't succeed without him. I don't have access to any button to in my heart to open. In no key that I have for this lock. Rather the keys is in the friends' hearts, and the more I aim towards the friends to bestow to them, to raise their spirits, to be more aimed at the goal, to make sure that I keep this alertness to always stand guard day and night. Doesn't matter what state I have, stand guard, and it's for the friend, not me, but the friend's state and where he is, and that's how my heart opens up. It's not that I can do some action on myself. I can't do any action on myself, not at all. That's it. That's why every day we are thankful that we have friends, the friends, because without them we would have no opportunity to do anything in life. I'm in the same direction. In the previous except they said that the opening of the heart is unpleasant, so it's nice to talk about sensitivity, but we need to open our hearts through example to awaken the friends to come do something that is against our will, to go to the mate, to the ritual, to do things that don't feel good to my will, to receive. We open our hearts to the friends and ways we don't know. We open our way to advance forward. I really like the example he gave about the button, just like Rashid says about the pharmacy that has deficiencies. So we're looking for the button to open the heart, and the heart itself, what's in it? There's nothing in it, it's just trash, but in the common heart there's light and bestow and force, and it's actually continuing the previous question that we have to aim towards the common heart and open our hearts from there and see the treasure of the King, that it's ready for us, and that's what we want to give to the friends. That's what we want to get from our friends. A very acute difference in the heart where we feel when we are together under the influence of Rob and the Kabbalist in the society. I feel in me a complete a different heart, as opposed to the heart that's filled with kinds of trash that he described. It's a sharp difference now that he spoke it, Mac. Things clearer that this is what we have to give to each other, this heart that we now feel, this desire, this power. Like the friend said in the beginning, there's this song, "Ah, we are here among the creators. Beloved ones," it's not just a slogan. There are people here who come to reveal the quality of bestow and love, and we have to give the strength to each other. I get a lot of inspiration from the 10 in the last few days, from the desire and yearning to do things at the Congress for the sake of the world. It really opens my heart, Jen. I relate to everything that was said. We just have to rub our Hearts together all the time because love is not in me, it's between us what we long, for it's not by chance that we're told to do work on that see you are right to exist. Is that, and maybe like you say gee this is easier here with the examples you see from all the friends you know in English we say fake it till you make it. So for now, we go from a to yeah until you become it. So yeah, we just have to do acts of love, even things that look artificial and external to us. We do it for friends so that we will really swim in some ocean of love between us all the time. Yeah, we need to do things together with the 10 and that helps open the hearts. We don't need to use the intellect how it works and why it works. Because if you do it with the friends, the light operates on us. And these are all the actions we can do. Duties being in the lesson. Together when you do these things with your hands and legs when you come and you do them. Together it operates on you so your heart can open. We feel and we will continue to feel how we're preparing our common heart. Let's read another excerpt from Words. We are in excerpt number 7. I heard you say that we need to stop feeling our heart and begin feeling the others. When I put my heart aside, what exactly do I leave behind so that I can love the friend? You should only ask to have the ability to love the friends. The rest is the action of the Creator. Therefore, what we do is called the work of the Creator because we only scrutinize what we need to do and raise the requests and desires above to the Creator, and He already does it. So our work is called the work of the Creator, even though we do and we scrutinize and sort out and raise our prayers and requests, but it is all considered the work of the Creator because we only ask Him to do it. Question: everything I see is from within my broken vessel, and also everything I see and experience is to help me correct my broken vessel. How what I see in my friends can help me correct myself. That I prayed the Creator to correct my relation to the friends. That helps me rise each time more and more. So friends, let's do another workshop and scrutinize among us.